Firewatch is the debut adventure game by Campo Santo, a development studio founded by Jake Rodkin and Sean Vanneman, who previously worked for Telltale Games on the incredible, outstanding first season of The Walking Dead. Luckily, Firewatch managed to pull me back with the same emotional impact. In Firewatch, you play as Henry, an everyday guy who takes a job as a voluntary fire lookout during the summer of '89 to basically get away from the world. After a very moving and gripping introduction where you get to learn about Henry's life, it immediately establishes the context of the entire game. It's about a man trying to find solace in the beautiful, peaceful wilderness. Very quickly he becomes familiar with his walkie-talkie, where he gets to know another fire lookout on the other end of the radio named Delilah, a very confident, comforting lady who is very enthusiastic to get to know Henry. And over the course of the game, you can choose dialogue options from a conversation tree that allows you to build the character's relationship in relatively different ways. It doesn't affect the outcome of the game, but it does change how you interpret the relationship of the two characters. There is a massive emphasis on the use of subtlety and minimalism within the game. You can make Henry very evasive and standoffish, or you can bring out his delightfully funny charm. It may not seem like certain options are any different, but it does affect the dynamic of the character's emotional connection. We only ever get to know Delilah through the walkie-talkie, so you can't put a face to a name. This means that the dialogue choices play within the awkwardness of chatting to a complete stranger, at the same time trying to keep Henry's emotions in check. For example, when Henry begins to feel concern for his safety, by responding with aggression, Delilah may become offended and stop responding, whereas if you were to avoid giving her too much information about your past, the romantic undertones wither away and the characters never become truly intimate. The characters' conversations are at the core of the experience, so if you can't sympathise or connect with the characters in any way, the game ultimately falls flat. It is worth noting that the game is handled with maturity and encourages you to be open-minded about what the game presents you. You aren't stopping fires, you aren't fighting enemies, you're wandering around an open forest where you're free to explore at your own pleasure. Ollie Moss's art style beautifully captures the grandness and wonder of the great outdoors, and thanks to the incredible art style, just walking around and looking at the scenery is a constantly absorbing experience. As the narrative progresses, mysteries do start to unravel, including missing people and an unknown presence lurking around the forest. At times, the game has an uneasy level of tension that makes you want to peek over your shoulder. I even find myself occasionally feeling too unnerved by the quiet emptiness of the night and dashing for the lookout tower. The actual events that transpire are interesting and keep you unsure as to what exactly is going on. However, without spoiling anything, don't hold your breath that you'll always get the answers you want. In fact, many players are going to feel frustrated and even disappointed by the game's constant ambiguity, but if you're open-minded and prepared for interpretation, I will happily say the game works better by not feeling a complete sense of closure. Taking place over an entire summer may be jarring for some, given that the game can set up a mystery only to suddenly jump 30 days in time, but the game is never about uncovering a grand conspiracy or providing answers, but rather finding peace away from the stresses of reality. Henry is just a simple man looking for harmony when faced with hardships, so by seeing everything through his eyes, you must accept his own emotional thought process as well. The game is about offering Henry distractions to keep his mind off his troubled life, but at the same time, the game also serves as a distraction for yourself to help relieve you from your own stresses, even if it is for such a brief moment. Thanks for watching, guys. If you played the game, make sure to leave your own thoughts in the comments below. I'm actually quite curious to see what everyone thinks, because it seems that it's kind of polarized some, which I'm actually going to clarify. I'm going to do another video on the concept of ambiguity. Until next time, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, make sure to go there. Same thing, subscribe, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.